What's up, guys? Welcome back to Veteran Aquatics. My name is Dylan, and today I got some new fish. So I shouldn't have done this because I'm moving, but they were free, so I had to. We'll be back in just a second. Alright, guys, everybody knows that I'm moving, right? Beginning of April, I'll be building an entire new fish room in a new house, and words can't begin to describe how excited I am. I had one of the folks from the Cichlid Club of York reach out, and man, I'm excited. You know, that club is really active. They have some great breeders. They have some amazing speakers that come to their meetings. They have auctions. You know, there's the Bucks County Aquarium Society auction coming up. There's the Keystone Clash coming up. I don't know if I'll make it, but man, if I can, the Big Fish deal, that's all the aquatic YouTubers. That would be so much fun to be part of. I'm not a big YouTuber. I just got started a couple months ago. And on that topic, I just want to take a moment. Thank you guys so much. You know, I've reached over 200 subscribers in a couple of months. I didn't know anything about YouTube when I started. All I knew was I liked fish and I wanted to share that with you guys. I wanted to share the things that I've learned in the aquarium hobby. I wanted to share my DIY products. I wanted to share my fish. And, you know, you guys have just been awesome. I've had so many views on my videos, and I've met so many cool people. You know, I've networked so well because of YouTube. So thank you guys so much for the support that you've shown me and the support that I expect you'll continue to show me as I move forward. You guys are going to get to see me build a fish room from scratch all over again. You know, this fish room is just a bedroom. There's still a bed in here. You know, I moved down here from New York to be with my wife. She took a promotion to staff sergeant, so we have to move. And because of that, you know, looking through houses, I was able, you know, to pick a house that had a room that was going to be a dedicated fish room instead of picking a house and then figuring out a fish room later. So going forward, you know, there's just going to be so much. There's going to be new fish, new tanks, new projects. I'm going to try to do an auto water change system. I'm going to do a central air system. I'm going to do, you know, I'm going to hook up a heating system for the room just to save on electric, because since I moved here, the electric bill shot up quite a bit. But that's mostly from the heaters, and when I have a central air system running, there's not going to be, you know, 5 different air pumps running. The canister filters are going to stay on the big tanks, but I want bigger tanks. I'm looking for tanks that are 180 gallons plus. I'm looking to do some big stuff. There's some really big monster fish and some predator fish that I'm looking at. And going forward, you know, I'm so excited to be able to share that stuff with you guys. I'm a part of so many different aquarium groups on Facebook, and seeing some of the stuff that people have, just, it's awesome. You know, arowanas, rays, peacock bass, catfish, different kinds of Central and South American cichlids. There's just so much. You know, I have a hit list of fish that I want that's as long as, you know, I am tall. I'm 6 foot tall. So there's just so much, you know. The world of fish is almost, it's not infinite because there is a limit, but there's just so much that, with all of my hours of online research, with my 12 years of keeping fish, that I didn't even know existed. You know, every day I'm scrolling through Facebook or I'm watching a YouTube video and I'm learning something new. And that's really what this hobby is about for me. It's learning something new. And all the time I'm constantly learning. I have fish that I didn't know existed. There are fish that I'm going to find out there that I'm just going to scroll through Facebook one day and somebody's like, hey, what do you think of my insert fish name here? And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. I want that fish. You know, I have the Jags, right? The Jaguar cichlids. Those are my favorite fish in this whole fish room. And there are different members of the Parachroma species that I wasn't even aware of. You know, Jaguar cichlids, to me, they're gorgeous. They're gold and black, and they're just big, beautiful, predatory monsters. But there's other ones. There's the false yellow jacket, right? It's a different kind of Parachromas. They get this awesome red, orange, yellow hue, and Scott from King and Queen Cichlids actually recently had some fry. I reached out to him, and I'm gonna work it out so I can get a couple of them because they're so beautiful. I have to have them. I want them. I want to see them swimming around in my tanks. And that's the problem that I have. You know, I see all of these different kinds of fish. I want dwarf puffers. I want a silver arowana. I want black diamond stingrays. I want those parachromis. I want green terrors. I want Jack Dempsey's. I want to do a peacock cichlid tank. You know, I want to do a discus tank. I'm going to do a discus tank. And I know I've shied away from discus in the past, but man, how can you get past how beautiful some of these discus are? You know, it might be a lot of work, and this tank was going to be ideal for it, but this is the tank we actually are supposed to talk about in this video. So let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. So guys, with me moving, I really shouldn't be getting any new fish. And my full intention was not to get any new fish. However, one of the guys that I met at the Lehigh Valley Aquarium Society meeting, and I was supposed to pick these fish up a while ago. It ended up not working out with my schedule, so I wasn't able to, but he really needed to get rid of them. The gentleman has beautiful aquariums. Bill, if you're watching, dude, that tank was nice. Those rainbow fish were awesome. I'm really glad that you get to take the next step with that tank. But this tank was empty. You know, I just got the sword plants from a different fish store that I'm going to do a video on, and the tank was going to be empty. I was going to drain it along with the other tanks that don't have fish in them. But Bill had some angels that he was looking to get rid of. They were nipping his plants, and they were kind of harassing the rainbow fish. So I decided today, since I didn't have much else to do, I was going to go get them. So I have 6 angels in here. They're all pretty good size, as you can see. Unfortunately, I lost all the angelfish that I got previously. I really like angels, and I really want some koi angels in the future, but these were free, and you cannot beat free. He also had this awesome rosaline shark, which is also known as a Denison's tetra. So I was doing a little bit of research on him after I got him, and I kind of want to do a planted tank with just rosaline sharks. I mean, you guys can see this fish is beautiful, and this one's huge. You know, here's my hand, and the fish is probably 5 inches long. And that's awesome, you know, putting them in a 75 or even a 55 with a couple of them in there in a nice densely planted tank, maybe some catfish on the bottom. That would be a dope tank. These fish are bright, they're beautiful, they're big, and they're fairly peaceful. These fish were, you know, traded into almost extinction because of how pretty they are. And it wasn't until the mid-90s where we were able to breed them in captivity. And if you guys have watched any of my other videos, you know I'm all about the sustainability of the hobby and the sustainability of the ecosystems in which these fish are found. So anything I can get that's bred in captivity, I want. I generally won't go for a wild-caught species. It's tough because some of these fish, they're so hard to breed in captivity, and it can only be found in the wild. But that said, man, we cannot wipe out our ecosystems just to look at something pretty in our tanks, you know? And that kind of goes along with conservation in general. So many species have become extinct because of human expansion and hunting and overfishing, and we're almost destroying our planet. And it's really sad when you look at it, because the Earth is this big, beautiful place with all these super diverse ecosystems and locales and animals and plants, and we're just destroying it because we just can't help ourselves, and that's really sad to me. I feel, and forgive me if I sound a little tree hugger, but, you know, I feel like we can do a better job. You know, as humans, as individuals, we can do a better job. I drive a hybrid vehicle. You know, I'm this big tattooed former Marine, and I drive a Corolla hybrid. And it's to save money, it's to save gas, it's, you know, partially electric. And I do that mostly to save our gas, but honestly, my carbon footprint has been reduced so much because I usually drive full-size trucks. And it's made my life harder because I can't transport fish tanks the way I used to, I can't transport lumber the way I used to, but you know what? You figure it out. I've been able to transport, you know, 20 1x3s in my Corolla, and I figured it out because that's what I had. So I think as a, you know, general thing as hobbyists, especially, we need to be conscious of what we're doing to the environment, what we're doing to these fish, and we need to try to breed them in captivity and get away from wild-caught specimens. Yes, it's awesome to go collect fish, but man, if you're going to collect fish in a wild place, please get fish that aren't endangered, right? And here, let me spin around real quick. So I have these Stomatopea mariae, and they are voraciously hungry. I've fed these guys twice already today. But these fish are endangered, and it's because of the encroachment on their habitat. They're only found in one crater lake in Africa, and, you know, they're not gorgeous fish, but because of the aquarium hobby, we're able to keep their, you know, their species going, and we're able to maintain a healthy population of these cichlids in the aquarium trade. And to me, that's what it's about. I want the aquarium trade to be about preserving fish. I want the aquarium trade to be about making sure we have healthy populations of fish that are struggling in the wild because of, you know, whatever local town in Africa is encroaching on their habitat and overfishing them, etc., etc. I love fish. This hobby has done so much for me. You know, I'm not going to say I have PTSD, but as a veteran and all the stuff I went through, I'm a little high-strung. So whenever I get upset, whenever I'm fighting with my wife, whenever I've had a bad day at work, whenever I just don't feel great, I will come in here and I will just sit in front of the tanks and I will just look at the fish. And I can't even tell you how much it helps me calm down. No matter how upset I am, I can come in here and I can look at my tanks, look at my guppies, my celestial pearl danios, my cichlids, and it just calms me down. And for anybody that's high-strung, suffering with ADHD, suffering with anxiety, suffering with PTSD, antisocial, depressed, get a fish tank. It will give you a purpose. I have to come in here every day to feed these fish. Once a week, I have to do water changes. And because of that, I have a purpose besides working, coming home, being a husband, being a father. You know, I have all these things. We have 3 cats, a dog. I have all these fish, you know. And I gotta say, and I say it a couple of times in a couple of other videos, but my wife absolutely supports my hobby to the fullest. She gave me almost no grief. You know, when we're looking for houses, you know, we were having a hard time for a little while, so things got a little fiery, but she's been so supportive of my hobby. And honey, I know you're gonna see this. Please don't kill me for getting new fish. I didn't pay for them. Love you. You know, so for me, I really live a blessed life. I was able to find a woman that is supportive of my hobby. She's supportive of me. She's a phenomenal mother. She's such a hard worker. And, you know, you really can't ask for more. So when you find somebody that'll take care of you like that, that'll support you, and that wants nothing but the best for you, make sure you treat them right. Alright guys, that's kind of it for today. I just wanted to show you these new fish. They're gorgeous. I love the Rosaline Sharkbill. Again, thank you so much. These angels are doing great. They love the 90-gallon tank. I'm really excited to see them grow up, and I'll hopefully breed them in the future. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.